These women who were young girls listening to the song and now they're getting married to that record. It's just like, it's pretty wild.
What's your parents' fee? Go.
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.
Can you believe it's been like, I guess 20 years since we started getting some really, really solid music from Jesse McCartney?
I know.
When I say solid, I mean stuff that was successful. You know, it was almost kind of.
Thank you, Elvis.
I mean, the music leading up to it was just all crap. It's not what I meant, and you know it's not what I meant. I'm not going to let you do this to me.
I like that you heard it as you were saying it.
Yeah.
It's been 20 years since we finally got something like listenable from Jesse McCartney. No, I didn't mean it that way, Jesse.
Yeah, I remember 20 years ago when I used to listen to this radio station.
Yeah.
All right, we're even.
Good to see you, Elvis.
Good to see Yeah, the pleasure's all mine, Jesse.
I do miss you guys.
And you kind of wonder why.
Yeah.
Well, look, no, seriously, like Beautiful Soul and Leaving, I mean, that was about 20 years ago.
It was 20 years. Beautiful Soul's 20 years old this year, which is crazy to think about.
Damn.
And it feels like Leavin' has made a comeback. I'm hearing it a lot more now.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's play it now instead of
On
interviewing
this
him.
station for sure.
Let's just play the song. Let's
no.
not even talk to him. What a great song.
Yeah.
It is a good song. I feel like Leavin' didn't have the same sort of lasting power that Beautiful Soul has had. That song, I was talking to your producer backstage, and that song just seems like it's crossed over to the next generation. I hear a lot of Gen Zers that are into it and love it. I worked with Young Gravy recently, and that's like one of his favorite songs. And he's like in his mid 20s. Like it's wild.
We love Young Gravy, by the way.
Yeah, he's a dude.
We had so much fun with Young Gravy, and we'll get into the Young Gravy song in a second.
Yeah.
We've got questions.
Yeah, questions.
We do. Starbucks, you getting caffeinated?
I'm getting caffeine. This is not my best hour usually. I only am up this early when I come to see you guys. So.
Well, you're in LA time still, aren't you?
Yeah.
So you don't even know what day of time
I
it is.
don't.
Hey, so God, you started like doing everything in your career around 9 years old, and so like Summerland, was that the name of the show we used to watch you on?
Summerland,
Yeah,
yeah.
Summerland.
Based in beautiful Carpinteria, California, as I recall. But you've been doing this a long time, so now you're at this phase where, and we can relate a lot, where people are coming up to you saying, "Oh my God, I grew up watching you, and now my kids love your stuff," and you're like, "Ooh."
It's
good.
great. Honestly, it's like a new built-in audience that like they just keep procreating my next audience, which is really nice.
It's like in a laboratory somewhere.
It's amazing. No, yeah, it's cool. Like there's these young women now come in with their kids, and there's a whole new generation of fans with little earmuffs on, listening to coming to the concert. It's pretty wild. I mean, it's you can't ask for a better thing. Like in pop music, especially, I just feel like there are so few songs that have that sort of lasting power, and Beautiful Soul's one of them, but they've just been so loyal, these fans, for so many years, and now they're introducing their kids to it, which great. Okay, let me take you to your future. Okay.
This is what's happening to us.
Okay.
Because we started this show 30 years ago. So now we'll have someone come up to us and say, "Oh my God, I grew up listening to your show. Mom would drive us to school in the car, and we would listen to your show. And now, look, my grandkids listen to you." Grandkids, it's a generation beyond.
Yeah, I know. That's wild.
It is.
I mean,
it's going to happen.
I mean, honestly, this is, and I mean this, I grew up, I grew up as a kid listening to this show, thinking one day I would have a song on the radio with you guys. I mean, I think of this show the way I think of the Yellow Cab and the Empire State Building to New York. You guys are the DNA of New York, the fabric of New York. This station means so much to so many people, including me.
And much appreciated.
Yeah.
And we're still here.
So nice.
But at least you didn't say, I think of the show as like the rotary phone.
Yeah.
That too.
Like the telegram.
Yeah.
Like writing a check of the music industry.
Yeah.
Well, God, I remember Scary hosted you in Dream Street at a concert on a street. That's right. And you were like 9 or 10 years old, right?
Well, no, it's probably like 12, 13. But yeah, pubescent for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And you had thousands of people out there for like a live street concert.
It was crazy. I mean, New York is kind of where I got, cut my teeth, and Dream Street was the genesis of all of it. That was my first experience singing music in front of a live audience, and it was all around the tri-state area, little local malls in Long Island, and
that was it.
Sort of like
Mall. Remember, this show reminds me of the malls.
Yeah.
Remember malls?
Yeah. They used to do those. Remember those teen tours? Remember they put a bunch of artists together
That's
in the middle
right.
of the mall? It was
Yep.
crazy.
Yeah, yep.
God, I remember when I was much younger in San Antonio, Texas, we had Menudo come out to the mall. I thought we were going to die.
The original Menudo.
Yeah.
The
original Menudo.
Just to clarify.
Yeah, exactly. We were all in a van with Menudo.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, what am I doing with my career? And all of a sudden, the van started rocking, and the fans they almost pushed the van over.
Yeah.
I'm sure they were.
I experienced that actually in Italy.
I bet you did talk about that.
The Italian fans, they are just, they're the most passionate people, as we know. The Italians, they're just very passionate, but they were rabid. We did a show, I think it was like TRL in Italy. I think it was in Rome or Milan. But we left the building and they didn't have security figured out, and we got in the car and they really almost tipped the town car over. I could feel it rocking on two wheels.
Right.
It was the only time I really felt a little scared. Something bad was going to happen. And then the driver just took off. I think he ran over 3 or 4 fans.
Of course he did.
But
in the Italian way.
we got out of there and I was safe. So whatever.
No problem. We got more Italianos back over there. We'll make more. No problem. If you're just turning us on, Jesse McCartney's here. We got to play "Make a Baby," featuring Young Gravy. And I want to talk about how this. People don't understand. It's just two guys just can't get together and sing in a microphone, and there's business stuff you have to take care of. There's red tape.
There's a lot of red tape.
And we'll get to that fun part in just a second.
Great.
But when you recorded it, there's no radio version for us, for the people who are having to. We can't say the F word.
Oh, I thought there was a radio version, but maybe they just didn't get it over to you. I'm going to have to fire somebody for that.
No, don't do that. Wait, by the way, and let me be very clear about this, Jesse. It just really pisses me off that we can't play a song with the F word in it.
Yeah.
But it's what year is this? We're living in this antiquated little system here.
Yeah.
But
there are grandkids listening to your show, so you got to,
My grandkids, if I had them, I would make for F and sure. They knew what F meant.
They could drop the F-bomb.
Yeah.
All right.
As soon as little Johnny was old enough to crawl, he needs to know what F means.
Oh my goodness.
That's fair.
It's a multi... It has so many meanings. What's scary?
So many memories.
Here we go. You want to hear some texts?
Okay.
Sometimes they're bad.
Okay. That's okay. I can handle it.
Oh my God! I totally forgot. Jesse was in Dream Street. Oh my God! Emoji with hand over face. I met Jesse back when he visited Y100 when I was 14 years old. It's in Miami. I bawled my eyes out the whole time. I still love him. Childhood crush. I'm shook. My dad got me and my friends meet and greet tickets to see him at a Jingle Ball, and I don't know what the spring concert was, but it was amazing. They're all loving it. Sometimes we have to turn this screen off.
Oh, really?
Because we don't want to get this crumb bum off the radio.
Screw that guy.
Yeah, they're all loving you.
Yeah, they're the best so far. You got to read a couple bad ones at some point. I want to hear.
So when you go into the studio to record a song, always remember, okay, I have to sing this line. It has F in it. But I got to do it again.
We did a drop on that song, on that word. So I don't know if you guys have that version. We dropped out the word specifically for people who want to play it on radio.
We didn't have it.
Okay,
so Garrett in the back, he reversed the F word.
What a guy.
If you can listen backward, you know exactly what the word is.
What a guy.
Jesse is fuming right now. I can just see the wheels turning.
You have no idea what the email is going to be after I leave this building.
No. Keep in mind, it could be our fault. Do not start slicing necks.
Okay.
But when you go in, it's okay, we need to come up with another word for F. Oh, what do you say? In the context in this song, the line is...
In the context of this song, I actually remember because we recorded it. And
this is good.
I think we went in and we just said, for this, there wasn't actually a really good word to replace it. So we just said, we're going to do it. I'm lucky is like a little, just sort of like a sigh or something lazy.
It's so awful you have to do that. I hate that.
Yeah. There was no other, you don't want to say I'm lucky is heck.
No. That's what's that Kids Bop version?
Exactly. That's the Kids Bop version.
But there's another way they used to do this. Rather than replacing it with a word or giving it a whatever sound or backwards, they would put like a And what song,
Oh, yeah.
What songs do we have? That
Or like the sound effect of glass breaking. If you find the right version of Move Bitch by Ludacris, there is glass
Just
breaking.
like cuckoo.
Have you heard this?
Glass
Yeah, it's like
breaking?
move, glass
But like
break.
a cuckoo clock?
Yeah.
I could hear that. That really has legitimacy to a song.
That would really just
So
make it even
bad.
more sexy, this song.
Cuckoo. All right, let's talk about you working with Young Gravy. Of course, why is there red tape? How come you can't just go into a studio, record something, and go, here, world, here's our song called Make a Baby?
Yeah, I wish it was that easy. Sometimes first of all, this song was distributed through my record label. So when you have another artist that's coming on to your record and they're signed to another label, all of a sudden things get more complicated. I didn't really realize that when Gravy and I met. We met backstage at a show and we were like, hey, let's do a song together. And it was just easy breezy. It was like, two guys writing in the studio kind of thing. Song gets finished, right? Relatively quickly. And then it's like, okay, so we want to release it. And then the label's like, well, we need this, this, and this. And we have another, we have him coming out with a new project. And we have 3 other artists before him that we need to release. And just like, there's just so many things I don't think about. and it almost didn't happen. It took like 9 months to get this song sort of like approved to release. And I'm like, oh, man. And like even Gravy was like, dude, I'm sorry, bro. I don't know what to do, bro. So, but it got finished and I think it sounds great. And here we are. But I don't know that I'm going to be doing that a lot anymore.
Well, you got to plan ahead.
Yeah.
And Danielle got all pissed off because of you were teasing it online.
Yeah, I thought you and your wife were pregnant.
I gotcha.
I even said, "Oh, I'm
like, wait, hold on, Danielle. What were some of his posts saying that led you to believe that they were?
It was just a picture of a belly, and then it was Jesse with his hands on the belly.
Was it Jesse's belly?
Yeah, no, it was.
It was my belly.
And I was like, "Oh my gosh, they're having a baby! I'm so happy for them because your wife is beautiful and you guys are so happy." And then Young Gravy did the same thing with the belly, and then I knew, okay, this is
Young
BS.
Gravy. He's not having kids
He's not
anytime
having,
soon.
He might be that we don't know about. But,
right.
With
With my grandma.
Yeah.
No, this was
Love
the
him.
photo that we posted.
Oh, okay.
Right?
That's blatant. It's
Thank
you. You're in your head.
No, I was trolling. I was 100%. This was Gravy's idea, by the way, who is the master marketer. That's why he's so successful on TikTok.
He's so good with trolling. That's Gravy.
I mean, we were, promoting a song. But I did get you. I remember reading your comment thinking, like, oh, Danielle's going to...
Yeah, thanks, Josh.
She's going to be upset about it.
Love you.
All right, so you have been doing this since you were 9 years old.
Yep.
And now we're starting to see all of these documentaries about what it was like as a child star and a child actor. Do you relate to that stuff, or is it out of left field for you and you think, wow, I'm really glad I dodged that?
Well, I haven't seen the new one that just... What's the name of that new one that
Quiet
just
on the Set?
Yeah, so I've been hearing about it. I'm a huge documentary fan, so I definitely want to watch it. I hear that some of it is just really intense and like, awful thing, criminal.
Yeah.
I never experienced any of that. I mean, I certainly remember being asked to work longer than I probably should have been legally, with child labor laws and stuff, and being exhausted all the time because I was on a show and promoting an album. But, you don't really think about how you're going to, say something when you're a kid and you're like feeling really tired. But I never experienced any of the stuff that some of these kids are talking about, but it sounds like it was a nightmare. And I think back then there was just less accountability among adults in the industry that were wrangling children on sets. And now there is, which is good. And I'm glad that a lot of these kids are coming forward and making light of it because it's awful. I mean, it's terrible what's going on. But I never experienced it firsthand. I have to say, like, I had a very positive experience working as a kid on set.
So if you had a kid, you would let them get into the business.
So yeah, I think so if they wanted to, and I don't think I would push them into it, but I mean, I've had conversations with people in the industry who have kids about this, and there's like people on different sides of the fence. Some are like, I'm never going to have my child get into this. It's like terrible. And then some are like, maybe, but I guess it just depends on the kid and how I feel they're feeling and where their emotional intelligence is. And I think it's a case by case basis, but I don't know. I'm not a dad yet, Like, what do you think, Danielle? You have kids.
Yeah, well, we always talk about radio, and we always talk about run the other direction. No,
do not get into this business.
I don't know. I mean, I want my kid to do what he wants to do, but I obviously want them to be safe. So I would make sure that I took all the right steps to make sure they were safe.
Yeah.
And to have the conversations like nowadays, listen, these things are not right. This is not how it's supposed to go. And if anything happens, you need to tell me. So
I wouldn't let my kid leave the house.
Oh, nowadays, forget it.
But you're letting him drop F-bombs at the age of 3.
Oh, no, you can use F-bombs, but inside my house.
That's illegal too, Elvis.
Is it?
I'm positive.
Kids can legally say F in my house.
No, I'm saying keeping the kid in the house and not letting them.
Oh, is that legal? Yeah. It's like a little veal in a cage.
Yeah.
A little blue-eyed veal kid. No, I'm living in New York City. I mean, we have so much street crime and all sorts of things. Well, LA, you see everything there too. You see these things going on. Like, how can I allow them to even see it and know it's happening? Well, they know it's happening because they're all online. But
I think I'm more fearful, just quickly, about social media.
Oh, hell yeah.
And the impact it has on
Amen.
emotional health on young children than I am about my kid acting on a set that I would be there to watch, because I'd be there. What happens on social media, you're not always there, and they're in front of their phones, and we can see firsthand what's happening with young children's mental health. And
Absolutely. Even adults are struggling with it.
Totally.
Yeah.
And social media, on a set, you have a bad day, you go home, the day's over.
Exactly.
Social media, it lives forever.
It does.
I mean, Lizzo just talked about it 2 days ago and was
Yeah.
saying how, she's tired of everybody just being mean to her and ripping her to shreds on social media, and she just doesn't want to do it.
it's a dangerous
anymore.
world.
It
Hey,
is.
by the way, Jesse McCartney's here. We got to play Make a Baby in a couple of seconds.
Cool.
Of course, with Young Gravy. We met Young Gravy at one of our end of summer bashes. Is that where it was?
No,
Yeah.
was that what
Yeah.
it was?
Yeah, it was. And Hudson Yards.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
that
yeah, that's right.
And I didn't want him to leave. It was like, he's just so fun.
Yeah,
He's a
he's
great,
fun.
he's a
just-
fun guy.
But I must say, Jesse McCartney and Young Gravy, it just seems like, to me, sort of an unlikely pairing, a little bit, in many ways.
Yeah.
What made it likely? What made it just click with you two?
I just like your reaction on when I met him. I was just like, that's a fun dude. I like him, and
we
he's
just call him Gravy.
People call him Gravy. Yeah, it's so funny. He's so Young Gravy. Like, his whole Instagram and TikTok thing has just got this character that he's built. And then the first time I met him, he's like, "Hey, I'm Matt." It's like, oh, cool. Anyway, I had the same sort of feeling that you had after meeting him. He's just like a nice guy. He has this thing that I get, that why people get and love him. And we met backstage, and we're like, let's do a record together. And then the pandemic hit, and I was in the studio and writing, and I wrote this chorus. And I remember thinking, like, oh, this would be this is so on brand for Gravy, Make a Baby. And I sent it to him, and he wrote right back. He's like, dude, I love this. Sounds great. Let's finish it. So that's kind of how it happened. Yeah.
I mean, it's not like Martha Stewart and Snoop. It's not that like polar opposites.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I don't know, it's really
yeah,
cool.
there's definitely it was not on the 2024 bingo card. He's like, this TikTok guy, young TikTok guy. And, I'm like the old pop guy. And
Oh, my God. He's old.
I can't even do Jesse
Shut
McCartney
up.
saying he's the old pop guy.
no,
I can't even.
you know what I mean, though. Like, it was, to me, it was just like, I think more than anything, I've discovered that embracing social media and embracing the new people who are talented and using social media well, like embracing this new way of marketing music is like, it's a good thing to do. Otherwise, it's like, what's, what are you going to do? Just like die? It's like,
Yes.
it's like,
You have two options.
Cease to
yeah,
live.
two options. I think if you're not moving forward and progressing and trying to find new ways to, market your music and advertise it, then you do kind of become a dinosaur. And I think there's a lot of garbage out there, but I also think there's a lot of really talented young people on these social networks, and it's allowed them the opportunity to get discovered and to show their talents.
So, Jesse, you were working out at the gym.
Oh, God.
Something happened to your earbuds, and then this song started playing out loud, and someone heard it.
Okay.
And that turned into
Okay.
what? What was that? What
okay.
happened?
So I go to this gym right down the street from my house, and I love it. It's small, it's quiet, and I work out on a stationary bike. I do like 45 minutes on the bike. That's my thing. And I was mixing this album. I was in the middle of mixing it, so I'm listening to my own music in my AirPods, taking notes for this songs, for this EP. And so I generally like in the middle of this like bike station. I like to be in the middle because it has all the TVs and I can watch sports and ESPN or whatever is going on. And 2 bikes down, there's a woman that's always on this bike. She's at the end of the line. It's her bike, and this woman happens to be blind, and she also happens to be like this sort of the Karen of the gym who's always complaining about everything, especially loud noises, like the TV is too loud, or she yelled at a guy last week for his shorts being too short. Like she's just
she's blind.
She yelled at him. I mean, she can still sort of. She wears the big like glasses, but she can like the guy gets too. She's like, yeah, you stink, and she's like. I can see these shorts are too short.
She's like the Danielle of the gym.
Yeah. Nice. But she has to get really close to be able to see you, But anyway, so she this is her bike. And so that day I show up to the gym and all the bikes are taken except her bike. So I get on her bike to work out. And I'm listening to my music. I'm playing Make a Baby. I'm actually taking mix notes on Make a Baby, writing everything down. Finish my workout. I leave the gym. I go downstairs and I see on my phone your AirPods have been disconnected. And I realize I left my phone up on the bike. So I have to get back into the elevator, go upstairs because I left my phone upstairs. I walk back into the gym. And as soon as I open the door, I can hear Make a Baby blasting through the gym, right? No. It's just like as loud as can be. And from the time that I went downstairs to the garage and got up, the blind woman had made her way to her bike. So she came into the gym and sat down on the bike.
And your phone's playing
the song. My phone is playing my song, okay, as loud as can be. And I walk over there. And I see her, she's punching my phone. She's just slapping it. And I walk over and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. And she's like, who listens to music this loud? And I was like, I know. And she's like, and I can't turn the damn thing off. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I hit pause. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Have a great day. I grab my phone. I start to walk out. And as I'm exiting, about to open the door to leave the gym, I just hear, oh, and by the way, horrible taste in music.
Awesome. Like, this is great.
This album's going to go very well.
Have you seen her since?
Oh, I see her all the time. Right. I just I work out 5 bikes away now. I stopped getting so close.
Keep your distance. Yeah. Love that.
Oh my God.
Don't you love that? Let's see. You asked for a negative text.
Oh.
Okay.
I used to think Jesse was an Aaron Carter wannabe. Oh, that's not nice.
That's not nice.
I can't touch that one right now.
Yeah. How rude. That was it. But look at all these. Wow.
I used to, though, so at least there's some sort of redemptive quality to that.
No. Wow, best interview ever. Great guy. I love that. Jesse seems so down to earth. Yes. Look, these people like you.
You guys are the best.
Not only beautiful soul songs, but the Kingdom Hearts series.
Aww.
I love that song, too. Turn it up. Found myself speeding. Here we go. All right, look.
And a talkback.
Wait, can I say something quickly? You had a song on Leavin'. It was a ballad. It was at the end of the album.
Uh-huh.
I think
the other guy?
I don't know what. Yes.
Told you so? Maybe the other guy. Okay.
We'll have to talk about it.
Okay.
But I thought that song never got its day, and it needs to be re-released. It's so good, and it made me cry every time. I'm like,
so sweet.
He needs to release this. You never released it.
Thank you so much.
She always has the ear.
By the way,
knows.
my mother, it's her favorite song, too.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh,
yep.
see?
Not the lady at the gym.
Not the lady that hates it.
She's not gonna like it.
She hates everything I do.
Wait, we have a talk back for Jesse.
Oh my goodness, I had no idea Jesse McCartney was coming on today, and it just made my day.
Aww.
My best friend and I have seen him every time he comes to Akron or Cleveland. We even drove down to Columbus, and this past year I got meet and greet tickets for her because she was my maid of honor. She included him as part of our speech, and we also had a first dance to one of his songs as best friends. So, very excited.
That's so sweet.
There you go.
That's so nice. I've been getting a lot of requests for, people to come have me play at their wedding and the Beautiful Soul be their first dance, and I've actually done a couple of them. And it's just so sweet. It's such a nice moment to have these girls or these women who were young girls listening to the song and now they're getting married to that record. It's just it's pretty wild.
What's your appearance fee? Go.
Through the roof, make it high, make it high.
And Jesse just laughs and laughs and laughs.
It's pretty steep. Anyway.
All right, bar mitzvahs, weddings, he's there.
That's got to be kind of weird, though. If like a girl was obsessed with you when they were 14 and they're like, I want him to sing at our wedding. And then you're there as they're getting married in their most beautiful moment. You're also part of it.
Yeah, and their husband's just like, looking over like, chill, bro. Stay on the stage.
Yeah.
There's a story out today about a psychologist, writer, whatever. He was talking about the connection we still have with music we grew up with.
Hell yeah.
When you're in your teens. And he said whenever you're in a slump, whenever you're in a ditch or you're stuck in life, simply turn on like 2 or 3 tracks from your days when you're growing up.
Yep.
And it connects in your brain. They can't wholly explain it. For instance, when you were growing up, like what songs could you turn on right now that would make you happy, even though you're with us?
Anything from the Born to Do It Craig David album.
Yes.
Okay.
Remember we did karaoke
Yeah,
together.
I remember that.
And we had
Oh my God,
so much
high-fiving.
fun.
That was fun.
Okay.
Just because it was like I've idolized him as a vocalist and as a producer, and I just thought his stuff was brilliant and super fresh. You guys played his stuff all the time.
Yeah.
It's how I got introduced to him. Daniel Bedingfield, for sure, just one of the great ballad singers of our generation.
Was there a dance song from Daniel Bedingfield that we used to
I
play?
gotta get through this.
Oh yeah.
I gotta get through this.
Pull it up.
They said it's called neural nostalgia.
But of course, his
Yeah.
his most famous was "If You're Not the One," that big ballad.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I totally feel the same way, and I actually do that as a grown-up. In my car, if I'm feeling down, I'll put on old stuff that I grew up listening to from the early 2000s. It makes me feel good.
Yeah.
So I turn on Barry Manilow.
There you go. I love it.
Not a fan of
No. By the way, Not Your Enemy is the song I was thinking
Not Your
about.
Enemy. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a great song.
Oh, thank
So
you.
we could either play Daniel Bedingfield or Make a Baby.
It's either one or the other. Well, then, sorry, Daniel, but
You are just incredible. And, you always bring a great energy to our show. Thank you so much. I'm supposed to read this. Will Jesse...
Oh, my God.
Oh, they want to know if you'll do an OnlyFans.
an OnlyFans?
Yes.
Do it. Do it.
What would the content be exactly?
I guess you play with yourself. I mean, why? We actually had. Okay, hear me out. We actually had this debate on our show once. Someone said you guys should start an OnlyFans page.
Yeah.
There's other people saying no, OnlyFans is for sex. That is it. You don't do anything on OnlyFans and expect to make money unless it's something kind of creepy.
We think we could do feet stuff,
Yeah.
like squish bananas with our
Okay.
feet. Because people are always asking to see Gandhi and my feet.
Yeah.
So we think if we do something with feet, we make a lot of money.
Yeah.
You
I
will.
think you could do a
What
foot
would
thing
you?
too.
What would your price be?
I don't know.
What would you charge for a banana squish?
Ooh.
Oh, see, now you're talking about a different OnlyFans page. Where, okay, Scotty in the
She
next
brought it
studio.
up.
So Nate and Scotty, we want to do a daily feature of them sharing a banana.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I don't choke on them.
Oh, no,
Okay,
no.
you know what?
Damn it, Scotty.
I didn't even take it down
We
that
didn't even
road.
go that far.
We don't need to hear that you don't
Are
have
we
a
giving
gag
you ideas?
reflex.
Jesse, we're giving you ideas?
Yeah. I don't think there are a few artists though, aren't there? I heard, I don't know who, that are on OnlyFans. Isn't like Chris Brown or one of them?
There are
I made that up, I
definitely
think.
Some, I mean, like I know some actors and actresses that are doing
But
things.
they're
Like
not
Karrueche,
They're doing sexual stuff, though.
she started a foot page. No.
A foot page.
Anything sexual if you make it sexual. So I mean, maybe you could just like show a nipple and make weird noises. I don't know.
Wait.
Yeah.
I think I'm good.
By the way, someone just sent a text in saying that you were totally robbed on Masked Singer.
Oh, that's very sweet. That's
I was
very nice.
mad when he lost Masked Singer.
That show is tough.
Talk about that. What's it like to be on
That
Masked
show was
Singer?
one of the hardest things I've ever done.
Hey,
Believe it or not, as silly as of a show as it is.
What made
was,
it difficult for you?
First of all, you're wearing this suit that is insanely heavy. The shell alone was like 25, 30 pounds on the back of your, on your back.
What was your costume?
I was a turtle.
Okay.
And, this headgear that's like smushing your head down, it's very poorly ventilated. By the way, I don't want to totally bag on the design and the creative department. They're amazing. They're Emmy Award winning.
They know it's hard.
Well, they're beautiful, right? So that's out of the way. Let's talk about the ventilation. If you eat a salad for lunch and it has red onion,
Yeah.
you're suffocating in your own stench throughout the day. I learned that day one of dress rehearsals. It's just getting around, walking anywhere. The shell, makes you 5 times your body width, so you're just not used to walking through doorways. I knocked myself out 3 or 4 times onto the ground. So it's just hard. It's hard to breathe. The ventilation is poor, and so trying to catch a breath while you're singing big notes, it's hard. And honestly, I think I could have sounded better if it wasn't for the turtle costume. But it was a really fun show, and I got to sing in front of Robin Thicke every night, who's like one of my heroes, vocal heroes. So it was fun.
Did you
a
pick
good time.
the turtle costume for a reason?
They give you like 3 or 4 options.
Oh, okay.
And the other 3 were just not. I honestly, I looked at them and I was like, the turtle looks like it's built for the most comfort. The other ones were just ridiculous. Some of them like had metal chains, a metal skirt chain that I was like I'm wearing an Irish kilt made of metal. So I picked the costume that I felt like I'd be the most mobile in.
Right.
So, but yeah,
wise choice, the turtle.
Yeah. Are you guys just walking around backstage with the heads off?
No. It's
top
insane.
Secret.
It is top secret.
Oh,
You're signing like 100 NDAs.
Wow.
You have to disclose who you've told. So I had to tell my wife because I was leaving at 6 a.m. and coming home very late.
Wow.
I told maybe my publicist, my manager. That's it. I didn't tell anyone in my family. And first of all, you leave your house. They pick you up. They make you wear gloves and socks so that no one can see the color of your skin. Oh. You get to the lot and they open the door and they have like an umbrella. It's summer in LA and they just don't want, so they're shielding you from the rest of the staff.
So they didn't put a bag on your head, something like that?
No, they put a visor on. Yeah, so I leave the house every morning with a hoodie and a like mirrored visor.
Wow.
The neighbors thought I was a criminal.
No, could you see photographers out there trying to get shots of you guys
Photographers
arriving?
everywhere trying to get shots, which is why they do it, because they're trying to reveal the people. And but no one in the camera crew or on set knew. Just the line producer knew who I was.
That is crazy. So, what about when the reveal happened?
Yeah.
And you're like, voila, it's me.
Yeah.
Were you afraid of like, God, I hope they know who I am?
I knew that they'd know who I was.
Of course you.
But I remember thinking I'm going to like pull off and reveal at the end of the show, and it was like, and in second place, it's Jesse. So that was not a fun moment because I'm competitive. I wanted to win the show.
Wait, who won that one?
I forget who it was.
Wow. Well, there's the story right there.
What was her name? She was the writer. She did like a lot of TLC songs.
I'll look it up. I don't know.
Oh my God.
I know.
What do you get if you win?
Nothing.
You get to go home and take a bath.
Yeah, exactly.
Go shower.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we're finding out.
Did you know who the other celebrities were?
Okay, so I did know a couple. I was able to discover. I mean, I recognize Hunter Hayes' voice,
right?
Country singer, and then I recognize Gronkowski,
Oh,
Rob
wow.
Gronkowski,
Wow.
because he's like 6'7", and he gave me a high five backstage and hit me so hard. That was one of the times I fell back on the turtle shell, damaged the costume.
Wow.
And he just like the way he was like not following the rules. He was talking all the time and he was loud, and I recognized his voice.
Wow.
So I was like, that's
He was
definitely.
following the rules.
Wait, so
it
they
was
don't-
Candy Burris who won.
Oh, Candy Burris.
Yeah.
Sorry, Candy. I forgot.
They don't even let like the celebrities that are back there participating in the show like hang out with each other?
No. You're like you're totally isolated in your own trailer.
This is fascinating.
And, yeah.
Wow.
I
Oh,
like
my
that you
God.
recognize Gronk from getting assaulted.
Yeah. And just the way he talks and the way he kind of walks, he's just
You can just tell.
I know this
yeah.
That's so interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone else on the planet knows how this goes, except
No.
for you, because you're listening to Jesse McCartney.
Yeah.
Now we got to play Make a Baby. We had to take out 2 F words.
Okay.
Just letting you know.
All right.
We took a Van Gogh and we had to rearrange the face, which just makes I hate that we have to do this. I do.
We got the clean version sent over, so this is now the actual one.
Oh no!
from
So
your
you don't you can't
there
fire
we
them.
go.
Aha.
No one
See?
gets fired today.
Did they email it? Did your guys in the back were working on
They're
it?
working on
Okay.
it as
We actually created our own version. Maybe it's better than yours. I don't know.
Amazing.
people heard you talking about that.
Oh, good. Good. I
Danielle
hope that they did.
Wow. He likes to throw sharp objects from
Oh
time
my
to time.
God. I mean,
Okay, I think I've started to say goodbye like 17 times. I'm doing it. Thank you so much.
I love you. I love you all. Thank you so much. It's so good to see you guys.
This is it. Tell Gravy we said hi.
I will.
Which version are we playing? Ours or theirs?
Their version.
All right. Okay.
You're sure it's the right one,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
You're
Jesse
gonna
McCartney,
find
we're
out.
sure we'll find out. And Young Gravy, it's Make a Baby. Come on. I don't want to push the button. That means you have to leave.
I know.
All right, say goodbye to Jesse.
Bye, Jesse.
Bye, guys.
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.